All right, greetings of the day, students. Let's begin with today's topic, that is chapter number 3. Okay, but before going to this chapter, let me just brief recapitulate what we have studied in our previous lectures, I would say. Okay, so basically, we have completed 2 complete chapters in chemistry. That is, the first one is acid and base, in which we have seen all the properties of acid as well as base. And the another was chemical equation and reaction. We have seen basically that what is chemical equation actually is, what is chemical reaction actually, and on the basis of those we have seen the different properties of acid as well as base. Okay, so now we are going to move with our third chapter, chapter number 3, that is metals and non-metals. Okay, but before starting to this chapter, I'll just walk through you to the 9th class. In the 9th class, I think chapter number 3rd, you have studied the topic elements. Now, have you heard the topic elements? What was the elements and how it is defined? So, element was something which can be defined that it is the basic form or it is the smallest form of a metal. Energy, it is the smallest form of matter which further cannot be broken down. So this was something that if we have any kind of form, it is the last point. It is something which is the basic form, which is the smallest form of matter. Okay. Now, as you know very well, as we keep moving with our chemistry since 1800 to 2021 to the current date, I would say, we have studied there are so many different elements in our universe. There are so many different elements, and almost we are up to 114. So up to 114 elements, I would say there was almost 92, 93 elements which are the natural elements and others are the man-made. That means we have prepared them for our purpose, for our benefit. So the point here is that we have so many different elements. If we want to study them, if we want to check out them, we need to classify them. Because it would be very difficult for us that for 114 elements, we have to focus on each and every element. That yes, this is something, this is its property, this is that property. So that's why to elaborate it, or we can say to make it for our advantage, for our benefit, we are going to classify our elements. And we are going to classify it in metals, non-metals, and metalloids. बन रही है बात? Now, metalloid is something which has the property between metals and non-metals. And the best thing is this is not in our syllabus, so we are not going to concentrate on this topic. I would just say metalloid is something which has the property in between the metal as well as the non-metal. All right. I'm sorry. Now let's begin with the topic metals and non-metals. We have seen that there are so many elements, and to concentrate over them, we have classified them as metals and non-metals. So the best point is we are grouping them, we are arranging them on the basis of properties. And since we have studied all the types of property, that is physical as well as chemical property, so I would say according to the basis of physical and chemical properties, we are going to define our metals and non-metals. Okay, so let's begin with the first topic, the physical properties. So now we are going to concentrate how the physical properties can be defined and how on the basis of physical properties we can differentiate our metal as well as non-metal. Okay, let's begin. The physical properties. Now, bache, you have heard that physical property is something which can be observed by just seeking over it, by just seeing over it. Suppose if I'm talking about this board, अगर मैं इस board की बात करूँ तो its physical property is that this is hard, this is solid, I would say, है ना? And this is white in color. And this is something on which we can write with the help of black marker, blue marker, red marker. So ये सब इसकी physical property है which we are clicking just by going through it, just by seeing through, है ना? So the first point is how the physical properties can differentiate our metal and non-metal. So let's first start with our metals and then we will go to non-metals also. The first property, the first physical property of metal is they have a shiny appearance. They have a shiny appearance. और इनको हम बोलते हैं the lustrous, I would say that would be the best word, metallic lustrous. Lustrous means the shiny appearance. So shiny appearance. Yes sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am. आपकी
All right, so what we have studied till now, I'm just going through the physical property of metal, है ना? So physical property means something which we can be observed just by seeing through it. So the first point is they have the shiny appearance. That means the metallic lustrous. For example, copper. For example, gold. For example, silver. You know very well that gold, silver, copper, so many different metals that they have a shiny appearance. Whenever we see them, they look to be very shiny. They look to be very bright. Right? So this is the first physical property of metals. Now the point is all the metals are not equally lustrous in nature or equally shiny in nature. So this property change, or we can say vary, from one metal to another metal. Okay. Now let's move to our second point. I have told that they have shiny appearance. The second point is hardness. All the metals are quite hard in nature, and I would say they are solid in nature. That means if I'm talking the example like copper, gold, silver, they all are solid in nature, but exceptions are everywhere. There is a metal which is not solid in nature and not hard, obviously, that is known to be mercury. Mercury is the only metal which is liquid at room temperature, whereas all my other metals, they are solid in nature. Okay, so this was something which I have told about the physical property. Now let's move to our third property, which is very important, known to be malleable. Malleable word का मतलब क्या है? What is the meaning of malleable? What it wants to convey to us? Malleable means something whenever we start beating our metal, it can be converted into thin sheet. That means metals can be converted into thin sheets. है ना? And that's the reason we use our metal in our homes, in our office, in our kitchen, or everywhere. है ना? For example, copper, or for example, we can say iron, we can beat them and a small piece of metal can be beaten into thin, we can say, sheet. Okay, so this is the next important property. Finally, we're going to the property known to be ductile. Now, what is ductile? Ductile means metals can be converted into thin wires. That means in the very same case, if we start beating them, they can be stretched into thin wires. They can be made into thin wires. That is the next physical property of metal. है ना? और इसका सबसे बेस्ट एग्जांपल है हमारे पास कि सबसे ज्यादा जो डक्टाइल मेटल है हमारे पास, that is gold. Gold is the most ductile metal. You would be little bit shocked to hear कि अगर मेरे पास सिर्फ 1 ग्राम गोल्ड है and I would start beating it, it can be converted into 2 kilometer wires. है ना? 1 gram of gold can be converted into 2 kilometer long wire. So gold is something which is the most ductile metal. All right. So keep that in mind. There can be question which can come in your board exams, that which is the most ductile metal, and that is known to be gold. Okay. Now these are the properties which we have seen, which we come to know after seeing them. Let's see some different properties of the metals. The fifth one is good conductor of heat and electricity. Of heat and electricity. Now, what is conductor? I hope you have remembered, you have heard about the term conductor. Conductor is something which allow light or heat to pass through it. यानी कंडक्टर मैं उसको बोलूंगी जो बहुत इजीली अपने अंदर से लाइट को पास करने देता है, करंट को पास करने देता है. That is known to be conductor. And we know very well that our metals are the best. है ना? We would take a simple experiment, एक बहुत ही simple experiment we will see, and we would come to know that how the metal are good conductor of electricity. Okay, let's see. The first experiment, suppose I'm taking, suppose I have a stand and I have put a candle, a burning candle quite obviously, and with this stand I have fixed a metallic wire. हमारे पास एक metallic wire है और we have fixed different nails over it. Nails means कील जिसे हम बोलते हैं in Hindi, I would say. The different nails have been fixed with the help of wax. Okay, so now what would happen? This, I would say, the heat of this burning candle would start the falling down of all the nails. They have been fixed, but after some time, each nail would start falling down. That means this nail would be falling down like this, down like this, and so on. They would start falling down. So the question is, what would happen? ऐसा क्या हुआ है कि due to the burning heat or due to the heat, our nails have been start dropping off. That is the reason known to be conductor. यानी हमारी जो metallic wire है, suppose मैंने यहाँ पे copper लिया है, the copper is such a good conductor of light, such a good conductor of heat, I would say, that it would have dropped all the nails, क्योंकि हमारा जो wax हमने लगाया था, जिसके साथ हमने अपने nails को arrange किया था, that had been starting melting. हमने heat इतनी ज़्यादा produce की है that they have been started melting. So this experiment shows us that all our metals are very good conductors of heat. Okay, and same as it is, I have told you that each metal has different property. So each physical property, either it is shiny appearance, hardness, malleable, or even good conductor of light, it varies from one metal to another metal. है ना? Until now, we know that copper is the best conductor of heat among all the metals. Okay, so this is known to be good conductor of heat. Now the question arises about electricity. Are they good conductor of electricity too? Yes, they are very good conductor of electricity. That's why we apply copper wires, or we apply different wires. Obviously, gold and silver are also good conductor, but they are so costly that we cannot apply them in our homes, in our kitchen, or in our office. है ना? So we use the copper wires to conduct electricity. है ना? But the point is, we cannot keep them naked. हम उनको सिर्फ ऐसे छोड़ नहीं सकते हैं that they are conducting heat and electricity, and we would just allow them. For our protection, for our safeness, we just cover them with the plastic pipe known to be PVC. है ना? I hope you have heard. We have just covered them with plastic because plastic is insulator. Plastic is not a conductor of heat and light. Now the question arises, what is actual between the metals के बीच में ऐसा क्या है that they are good conductor of light as well as heat? The answer is the movement of ions. The movement of ions. All our metals contains ions, or I would say electrons into them. Have you heard about electron? In 9th class, you have heard about electron, proton, and neutron. So our metals contain electrons, due to which when they would be start moving, they would allow to pass electricity or current. यानी अगर मेरा एक इलेक्ट्रॉन यहाँ पे है तो ये चल रहा है और ये अपने साथ हीट को लेके जा रहा है, ये दूसरे इलेक्ट्रॉन को पास कर रहा है, and in the same way all the metal is a conductor of heat as well as electricity. Okay, so this was the last point, and finally we are left with the last thing, that is sonorous nature. Sonorous nature means whenever we beat them, they produce sound. Whenever we beat them, they would produce sound. This is the last property of metal. Okay. So these was all the physical properties of metal which we have studied so many points. Now we move to the physical property of non-metal. We will see how they're different, how they're totally different to our metals, and then we will go with some questions also, with some examples also. Okay. So let's see with the next topic, that is non-metals. There are total 6 physical properties of metal, bache. Please keep that in your mind. Shiny appearance, hardness, and the sonorous and heat, malleable, ductile. Keep that in your mind. So the next point is physical properties of non-metal. We will see how non-metals are totally different from the metals. So the first point is they do not have any shiny appearance. As it is non-metal, that means it has all the properties which it do not have any kind of property which a metal has. ये बिल्कुल opposite है उससे, तो सारी properties would be different. Okay. The second point is they are not even solid. Being hard is far away thing. अगर वो solid ही नहीं है तो they are not even hard, है ना? They are mostly gases in nature. For example, oxygen, hydrogen, or I would say chlorine. But the exception is everywhere. Just as we had कि हमारे पास जो mercury था, that was solid in nature. Same as well as I would say there is an example known to be bromine. Bromine is a known metal which is liquid at room temperature. Okay, so please keep that in your mind. This is very important question. The metal which is liquid at room temperature is mercury, whereas the non-metal which is liquid at room temperature is bromine. Okay, so they are not shiny appearance, not solid, no ductile property, nothing. Not a good conductor, but exceptions are everywhere. I'm again repeating the same statement. Exceptions are everywhere. We have we can say an known metal that is known to be carbon. In the very next chapter, we will study about the element carbon. Carbon is the element with atomic number 6. So carbon is something which can be converted into different types in different allotropes. और उसके जो different allotropes हैं, we have diamond as well as graphite. है ना? So diamond is the most hardest substance in this world. और हमने क्या पढ़ा था? That they're not solid, they're not even hard, but diamond is something which is the most hardest substance in this nature. Okay, so this is the exception of a known metal. Same as well, if I'm talking about graphite, you have heard about graphite, the pencil we use, the black area with the help of which we write on the paper, that black area is made up of graphite, that we sharp. So that graphite is good conductor of light. So keep that in your mind. This is the exception, that graphite is good conductor of light. Okay. And finally, we have studied all the physical properties of known metal, which are totally different. But you must remember these 2-3 exceptions: diamond, graphite, and the bone. Okay. Now let's see if there is left with something else in this topic. Or we would move to our questions, in-text questions. But let me first tell you a more thing about the metals. बच्चे, I have told you that metals ना बहुत hard होते हैं, but मैंने आपको that is liquid at room temperature. Same as it is, we have some metals, for example, potassium and sodium. Potassium and sodium. These are the metals which can be cut with a knife. That means वो इतने ज़्यादा soft हैं that we can easily cut them with knife. They are not even so much hard. Okay, so please keep that in your mind too. Now we're going to move with our in-text question. We have 2 questions on our page number 40, which is based on the physical properties of our metal as well as stone. Okay, so let's move. Let's see our first question. Give an example of a metal which is liquid at room temperature. So the first question is, which metal is liquid at room temperature? And I have already given you the answer, mercury. Mercury is a metal which is liquid at room temperature. Okay. The second question is, which metal can be easily cut with a knife? I have just given you the answer. Sodium and potassium, both are the metals which can be easily cut with a knife. Please keep that in your mind. Very, very important question. But all the exceptions now, for example, they can be cut with a knife, which metal is liquid at room temperature, or which non-metal is good conductor of light. These are now very, very important questions for your board exam. In MCQ, definitely there would be 2 to 3 questions from this chapter, and from these exceptions only. So exceptions bilkul अच्छे से याद रखिएगा. Okay. Now let's move to our next question. Which metal is the best conductor of heat? I have told you copper. Copper is the best conductor of heat. That's why we use them as wires in our homes for conducting electricity. Lastly, we have, which metal is the poor conductor of heat? The poor conductor of heat is lead. Lead is a metal which is poor conductor of heat. That's not a good conductor. All right. Now the last question is, explains the meaning of malleable and ductile. And I hope you have come to know till the now what is malleable property and what is ductile property. Malleable किसे बोलते हैं? Malleable is the property by the help of which we can easily convert our metal into thin wires, whereas non-metal is something with the help of which we can convert them into thin wires. Okay, तो जो sheet में convert होती है that is malleable, और जो metal को हम wire में खींच के लाते हैं by stretching them, they are known to be ductile property. Okay, so these were the properties known to be malleable as well as ductile. All right, so class, till now we have till now class, we have completed all the physical properties of our metals and non-metals. But I have told you, this is physical properties nahi hai, jo can differentiate the metal and non-metals. We have some different properties too, that is the chemical properties. Now, what is the chemical properties? In the first chapter, you have studied, you have seen that chemical properties or chemical equations are those equations in which a substance is getting reacted with another substance and that is producing a new substance. Okay. For example, we have seen in our acid as well as base. Okay. So first we will see some chemical properties. The topic is quite large and we don't have much sufficient time. So I would just take 1 or 2 chemical properties of metal today, and then we would wrap up the class by taking your quiz. All right. So let's start with our first chemical properties. That is the reaction of metals with oxygen. All right, this is the first chemical properties on the basis of which we will see that what happens when we react them with oxygen, or what happens when we burnt them into air. So the first point, its answer would be metal with reacting oxygen would make metal oxide. Whenever we are reacting our oxygen with metal, it would give us metallic oxide. For example, we are taking copper plus oxygen. It would make copper oxide, and to balance it, I would say 2 plus oxide. Okay. Okay, one more thing I would want to say, Bache, you have studied in your last lecture that all our metallic oxides are basically basic in nature, but there are some metals which can behave as acidic as well as basic. दैट मीन्स वो एसिड के साथ भी रिएक्ट कर सकती हैं, वो बेस के साथ भी रिएक्ट कर सकती हैं. एंड दोज मेटल्स व्हिच कैन शो बोथ एसिडिक as well as basic nature, they are known to be amphoteric. They are known to be amphoteric in nature. So amphoteric is a property which can both be represented as acidic as well as basic. For example, aluminium and zinc. These are the two metals which can behave both as amphoteric, both as acidic as well as basic. For example, if I'm talking about aluminium, that would, on reaction with oxygen, make aluminium oxide, Al2O3. ये मैंने आपको फर्स्ट चैप्टर में भी बताया था कि हमारा जो एल्यूमिनियम है, it has 3 positive and oxygen has 2 negative. So the subscript जो है वो नीचे चले जाएंगे and we would get Al2O3. Please complete the reaction with balancing. I think it's balanced now. Please balance it, okay? So I would just want to say that aluminium on reacting with oxygen would get aluminium oxide. But I have told you that this is amphoteric in nature. That means it can react both with acid also and both with base also. Let's see how it is happening. The first point is reaction of aluminium oxide with an acid. We are having aluminium oxide with a strong acid HCl. Same as it is, I am saying कि base के साथ भी react कर सकती है, then it will react with NaOH also, है ना? So what would happen when they are reacting with HCl? In both the cases, whenever a metallic oxide is reacting with acid or it is reacting with base, it would form salt plus water. What would it form? It would form a salt plus water. Okay, so whenever I am reacting my aluminium oxide with, for example, HCl, aluminium with a salt produced. All right, same as it is, aluminium hydroxide would be formed with water. Please keep in your mind that there would be 3 ions, there would be 3 moles of ions that would combine with aluminium due to 3 positive nature of aluminium. All right, class. So this was the topic I wanted to share with you. That is the reaction of metal with oxygen. We have so much left in this topic too. अभी भी इसके अंदर हमने और बहुत सारी property study करनी है in the same property, but that was very large, so we would study this topic in our next class. Okay. So till now, I would just recapitulate that we have studied the physical properties of metals as well as non-metals. The metals have different 6 properties on the basis of which we can say this is metal. For example, their shiny appearance, their ductile and malleable nature, and their solid most of the time, except 1-2 cases. Same as it is, non-metals are those which are not solid. They are mostly gases in nature, except the bromine, and they are bad conductor of light, except the graphite, and they are not even hard, except the diamond. Okay. And lastly, we have taken the chemical properties. In first, we have studied the reaction of metal with oxygen. They would, on reacting with oxygen, would make metal oxide. But we have aluminium and zinc, 2 metals which can easily react with acid also and base also, and this is known to be amphoteric nature. That is both acidic and basic. All right. So this was the whole thing what we have studied in our today's class. So now, if there is any kind of doubt or query in this chapter, you can please ask to me.